Hi there, welcome to today's Future Net Zero podcast with me, Kieran Bose. Today I'm joined by Maarten de Fockert from WePlayGreen. Hi there, Martin, how are you doing?
Hi, Kieran. I'm doing very good. How about you?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Thanks for coming and joining the call all the way from Rotterdam. Hopefully it's nice over there.
Yeah, it's fine here. And just very nice to join you in this podcast and talk about this very important subject.
Thank you so much. So to explain how I came across you guys, WePlayGreen was founded by Sampdoria's football player, Morten Thorsby. And I saw that he changed his shirt number to the number 2 at the beginning of this season. And it was actually done to represent the goals of the Paris Agreement to not exceed global temperatures at more than 2 degrees. I thought that was really interesting. It's not something we've seen a lot of. Would you mind explaining a bit more about what WePlayGreen is and why it was actually set up by Morten?
Yes, of course. I used to play professional football as well. That's also how I know Morten. We played in Heerenveen. That's like a pretty okay Dutch team in the highest league. And we met there when he was only 18 years old. And I didn't know anything about environment and climate action. And he was very active already about this when he was just 18 years old. He was always telling people not to use plastic bottles and recycle their stuff and divide their trash, do a lot on the bike, walk if it's possible. He actually took one of the first hybrid cars, I think, in the Eredivisie as well. And he was just always fantasizing about how he could make this bigger. And then when he made the step to the Serie A to Sampdoria and also became a Norway national team midfielder, he felt like it was the right time to really step up his game. And he was doing a lot of stuff and projects already, but he really wanted to use the voice of the football community much more, because I think it's a pretty good example. The moment he took the number 2 on his shirt, he did it in Sampdoria, but also in the Norwegian national team now. Just if you see the amount of attention that only that action got, that's really ridiculous. And the influence is just so big. And this is just like one small thing. And we really believe that if we use our voice as football players and as a football community as a whole, we can influence just a lot of people to make better decisions and make the world just a bit cleaner and better. And so, that's actually how WePlayGreen started.
That's really interesting. I mean, in terms of what you're talking about there, that one action and kind of the implications that's had, I was going to say, we have seen some other football players, I'm thinking Hector Bellerin is a more kind of known example over here in the UK. And recently as well, the England striker Patrick Bamford has said that his goal celebration is linked to climate change. But there's still obviously many footballers and many football fans that won't be as well accustomed with what's going on. Do you think that more players and sports people should be using their platforms to promote environmental action? And what sort of changes do you think that could actually help?
Yeah, I think you name quite some nice examples there. Because Morten actually joined Bellerin in his podcast also some time ago. I also saw the Patrick Bamford story. He's actually making a completely sustainable runner, like a shoe. That's pretty cool. And just the thing, I think what can be really powerful is if we just all share our knowledge and our influence and make a platform. So that's what we're doing with WePlayGreen, where we can all join. And because this is not about one player doing the most or one player doing more than the other, just about joining forces. And to be honest, I think football players can use their voice more. You can see how much of a difference it can make if we not talk about climate action, but just about social justice. And you see what Marcus Rashford accomplished in the United Kingdom only last year. I think that's just a great example. And not all actions have to be as big as Rashford's his action was, but I truly believe, and I've seen this also in Holland. I played my last year for a much smaller team called Excelsior. It's in the second highest division. If you use your voice as a football player there, it's just people listen to you, and you get a chance to really reach people. And I also can understand the sort of hesitation that a lot of players have, because I don't know how this is in other countries, but in Holland you get criticized quite quick, better word, if you speak up, and if you then don't play well. Then people start saying, and journalists start saying look at this guy, he's just talking about other stuff while he should focus on his performance. So I can understand the hesitation that's there, but that's why I really like people like Bellerin and Rashford and also Bamford now, and the thing we're doing with WePlayGreen, because you sort of making it easier for other players to step up and speak out, because they can just join you saying, and just the more people and players and coaches also and clubs that speak out, the more easy it gets for them to be heard, and also to not be afraid to share their opinions about stuff.
No, 100%. And I think that it's not just a problem in Holland. We also have, the media likes to, if a player was being more active politically or environmentally in what realm they're doing that, there is that element of, if you're not performing on the pitch, you're still going to be, that could be seen as a negative. But hopefully we'll see that shift as more people start to do that more commonly. So with WePlayGreen overall, what is the aim of what you guys are doing? Because I've seen on the website there's quite a few players that are linked with WePlayGreen, and I think a few of them were Norwegian. Is it something where you're trying to get players to become more involved, and what's the overall aim of this?
Yeah, so the thing is, we just have been really busy with just setting up like the whole foundation and it's actually quite a task to make this whole thing up and running. So now, as you have said, like some Norwegian players have joined already, but our goal is to just be a worldwide force. So for myself, I'm busy now in Holland in gaining a group of players who wants to join also. And you can just see that by the thing Morten did with his number 2 and also stepping up and speaking up. And some players, name I cannot say yet, but have said now, okay, I want to join this as well. It makes it easier for other players to step up and join it. So we want to get as many players as possible to join our platform and just use their voice. And like everybody's welcome. Like we all know we're not perfect, and it's not like we don't have any footprint at all. As footballers, we probably have even a bigger footprint than a lot of other people. But if you just have like the right intentions and you want to do better and you want to speak up and you want politics to change and rules to be more environmental friendly, everybody's welcome to join.
No, that's great, and it sounds like a really positive venture that you guys are taking there. Just lastly, really, obviously, sport is something that we all love, we all enjoy, and sometimes we could enjoy too much. We experienced that here in England over the summer with the Euros. Didn't end exactly how we would have hoped, but
it almost came home.
Yeah, almost, yeah. But we'll keep waiting. It's okay. I was going to say, I mean, obviously the Netherlands have a fantastic, rich footballing culture as well. You've had some fantastic players throughout the years and reached many finals and also won many tournaments. So hopefully you would say as well, the country was really brought together over the summer, I think, from what was happening on the pitch. And when you think about sport, you hope that it creates a positive atmosphere. And hopefully, would you say that, it's not just positives on the pitch? If you can create a positive atmosphere with your football and also with the strides you're taking to better everyone's lives on the planet, surely they could go hand in hand.
Yeah, for sure. That's I think that's a really important part that you point out there, because the thing, if you just take it specifically on climate change, I think people who are a bit like who ignore it a bit, is you just have to get to know some stuff about it. And I think one of the good part as football players that we have is people are really loyal to you and to your club. So they will keep coming to the stadium even if you speak up. So I think we can have a great role in like in people who normally maybe aren't that interested in like environmental activism or something. We can get them to get used to the ideas and to all the information. And as you said, what you've seen in England over the summer, football can really, like sports in general, but especially football, can really bring people together, and also all nations. So yeah, if we are also just, of course, because the climate situation is very critical, and it's not always a nice and positive message that you're trying to bring, but we're trying to do it as positive as possible, because you can really just see it spread over the people you're trying to influence.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for coming on to speak with us today on the podcast. And I'm sure that many people will be hoping to see what you guys do in the future and what direction sport takes.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time and inviting us. And yeah, we're just keeping busy, and hope to speak soon to you again.